talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about this. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about rumors. Let's talk about facts.
We gon' talk about life. We gon' talk about death. Romance, finances, generational wealth.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome.
How you doing?
Welcome to Let's Talk About It. I am Marsha E. Dudley.
And I am Etoya Lewis.
All right.
So, Marsha, how was your day?
It was very busy.
Really?
Yeah.
A little stressed out?
A little stressed out, but we all right. We here.
So, stress can be a good thing depending on the type of stress, But that's a good thing that you had stress. So maybe you can kind of go in on our topic of self-care.
Yes, because I'm going to get some self-care tomorrow and Monday.
Nice.
I was supposed to be getting self-care Wednesday and off all day today, but that didn't happen.
It's okay. Things change.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, but we tracking now. We're going to talk about that tonight.
All right. So we're going to start with self-care because we had, we're going to start with self-care then.
Okay. What was the other thing you was thinking? I mean, because I feel like everything goes along with self-care.
All of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we start with the main thing, and then we slide right on into the things to help with self-care and all that type of stuff.
Okay.
So, what are things that causes stressors? Work,
family.
Y'all just gonna say kids, husbands,
mamas, daddies, sisters, brothers, cousins, uncles, aunts, nephews, nieces.
Pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking, I said, we have so many different stressors that are going on right now. And just going down my timeline, you're always seeing like people, you can tell people are stressed just by the posts that they make. Even being out, if you happen to be out, just how people interact with each other now. It's just we're just living in a very stressful time, and I think it's something that we definitely need to talk about as far as all of these stressors.
I mean, it's one thing that's a stressor, but it's also a remedy for stress.
Mm-hmm. What is your remedy?
No. I'm just saying, it's just also like there are different remedies for stress, exercising, but this one, eating healthy, it's a stressor because
it's going to say that was the solution.
It's a solution as well. That's what I said. It's a solution. Okay, so when you change your eating habits, your body is doing something totally different now.
Mm-hmm.
So it can cause emotional and mental fatigue or whatever you want to call it.
But that's mainly because
you're not disciplined.
Yeah, and you're eating healthy, and then your body is used to all that bad stuff. So it's like trying to get rid of all the toxins and stuff like that. So yeah, I agree.
It can definitely be a stressor.
So I was looking up some stuff about self-care, and just different types of self-care.
Okay, so one of the reasons you should do self-care, because so often we're giving ourselves to other people, whether it's people at work, if we're working with charities or family, like whatever, you need that time to give back to yourself for your mental, your physical, your emotional, your spiritual
I was just gonna look, and that's when people say self-care, we're just saying self. But as you're saying, there are different types. There's, like you said, the mental, the physical, the spiritual, the practical, the social self-care. I think a lot of people Yes, yes. Social self-care.
And guy trips too. I don't want to, we can only speak from the woman perspective on a lot of stuff.
Yeah. So they are saying that there are 8 areas of self-care, and we named a couple of them: psychological, emotional, professional, social, environmental, spiritual, and financial. And so I think we should just take each one of these and go through them.
Okay.
Okay. So for the psychological self-care, Lord, I'm gonna need my glasses.
Meditation.
Ooh.
Okay. Some of the things that she's found.
Okay, so psychological self-care involves learning new things, being creative, practicing mindfulness, applying consequential thinking, engaging intrinsic motivation. Examples include practice mindfulness, join a group, or check out a Headspace websites that will help you learn the basics. Read a book, learn or teach a new skill, undergo a digital detox, and write in a journal. So it's all about things that have to do with your psyche. I found that in this day and age, a lot of people don't read books anymore. That's like
I mean,
people just don't.
People
read
still
books.
read. Is just they don't read the same way.
What do you mean?
Like they use Kindles and all these other little gadgets, and they don't read books. They read they look up different stuff and just read that.
Okay.
Like when we Google whatever, some people feel like, oh, that's enough reading for me. I've read this. I watched that. So you're right. People don't read like they used to, but people are still reading. It's just not as in depth. What are you doing?
Look, I'm trying to. This hair is like everywhere.
What do you want it to do? What do you want it to do?
Look here. And
Can we find out what she wanted to do?
Give me 1 second here, y'all.
Look, mine out of place.
This hair is about to take me out, okay? And then it's like one little piece. It's one little piece.
Okay.
I'm doing self-care right now, whether y'all know it or not.
Okay.
Because if not, I'll y'all watch me play with my hair the whole time. Okay.
Okay, back to the psychological.
Okay, so writing a journal. So I used to do this all the time, was writing a journal, but I feel like I don't have. I started feeling like I didn't have enough time. I don't have enough time. I don't have enough time.
So a part of self-care is being organized. And when you're organized, you are able to put things in priority. And that should have been one of the things that you set aside. Like you have to set aside time for yourself. And in order for you to do that, everything else in your life has to kind of align somewhat. Everything isn't like, it's not going to be, oh, well, I guess that's the work-life balance. It's not going to be 50-50. Everything isn't going to be 50-50. You're not going to dedicate 50% to work and then 50% to home. It doesn't work like that all the time.
And I completely agree with you. And I think that for me, it's not about being organized. I put everything in priority. That's how I do everything. And here lately, I've just realized that I'm the very bottom. That's my whole thing.
But you have to be at the top.
I agree, but I felt like if I am going after my career, if I'm getting this done, that was for me. But in reality, it's not good for my psyche, my psychological emotions and stuff like that. So
Carlos says time management is definitely important when it comes to stress. It is very important.
I agree.
You shouldn't need more than 24 hours in a day.
I need 72 hours in a day.
You shouldn't need more. It's sufficient. And in that time management, you have to have a sleep schedule in there. Something that's regulating what you're doing.
So I'm getting about 3 hours of sleep now.
That's not enough time to sleep.
If Victor was on here, he'd tell you I go to bed at like 3 o'clock in the morning. And then I get back up sometime at 5.
That just makes other questions worse.
What?
Going to bed at 3 o'clock in the morning. So how do you Schedule time.
No, I have my glasses on tonight. I can see. Read what Sharita just said. I got my glasses on tonight, baby. Read what Sharita just said.
Sharita, don't do that. Sharita, how much time do you get to sleep? I don't sleep that much, but I can go to sleep throughout the day.
You can go. I think retired people shouldn't even have a You know what? I don't know how you gonna be stressed. There should be no stress.
Okay, let's talk about other things that stress people out.
Okay, you're right. Okay, let me.
Because I have other things within my life that will stress you out. Some of the same stuff that stresses you out.
You know what? You're right. I'm sorry. I apologize.
No, it's okay. Sharita.
Okay, so psychological self-care. So basically, you need to start stimulating your mind and writing your journal.
Sharita said,
learn a new skill.
That I said that we don't need more than 24 hours. Talking about it's sufficient. Talking about no, ma'am.
No.
I mean, it can be. You just have to figure out how to manage those 24 hours. Now, depending on where you're at in your professional life, it can be a little bit more difficult. Like even if you're starting a new business, depending on how big you want the business to be, how much time you have to dedicate to it in order for it to be successful.
Yes.
I get all of that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you don't start adding time even within your lunch, I know you get a lunch break. You just got to take it.
I don't take lunch breaks. I sit here all the time.
You just got to take it. That's time for yourself.
I agree. So emotional self-care. Emotional self-care involves enhancing emotional literacy, navigating emotions, increasing empathy, managing stress effectively, and developing compassion for self and others. Some examples include saying no. That's a big one.
Yeah, I've been doing good at that this year.
Make time for reflecting on feelings. Practice self-compassion. Be aware of your own boundaries. Write in a gratitude journal. This was really good. Okay. Definitely the whole part about saying no. How many of y'all have a problem saying no? I have a problem saying no sometimes.
Sharita.
Sharita
got a problem saying no.
Oh yeah, Sharita has a problem saying no. She definitely has a problem.
It's okay. No. We all understand.
And I think I pick and choose. When it's something that I want, I don't say no.
You say no to yourself.
Yeah.
Kita says she don't have a problem saying no. Kita, you juggle a lot of stuff, so yeah, I can see it being easy for you to say no.
Yeah. I don't, like I say, when it, like anytime somebody come at me about a business, about doing anything, I never say no. I'm like in it. I'm going to look, I'm going to see. I don't say no. I don't turn any. I say no about stuff that I won't. Like, for instance, I was supposed to be off today. I was supposed to take a half day yesterday. I worked yesterday till 7 p.m. I worked today all the way up to 4, and I'm supposed to get off at 3:30. And so I don't know how to say no when it comes to work. And I feel like I can't.
Who else struggles with saying no? And why? Is it that other people's happiness is more important to you than your own? I'm just trying to figure out why it's hard. Sometimes for me, the disappointment that me not showing up or me not doing something, the disappointment from the other people is the reason why I have a problem. I used to have a problem. I'm pretty good with it now. Like, because I give 2, you know the rest of it.
Silly. But I'm gonna tell you, I can read good tonight.
Carlos says, I don't have a problem at all saying no to myself, and damn sure don't when telling somebody else no.
Okay, well, what about
what are
this one?
What are you telling yourself no about? No soda.
Mm-mm.
Go ahead.
What about practice self-compassion? I struggle with that.
Why?
I am extremely hard on myself.
I used to be.
So what
I
happened?
stopped caring so much about the disappointment. Like, I'm not perfect. I had to tell myself I'm not perfect. And nobody else walking this earth surface is perfect. So I had to tell myself not to be so hard on myself. Carlos said he was like, who is this new person?
Things that I might want,
I was
but not
asking
necessarily need.
about what he says no to himself about.
Yeah, and he said things that I want, but not necessarily. I hear that. I agree with that. Yeah, I always say. But I think a lot of people, I think more people suffer or deal with self-compassion. That's like a big thing, and especially women. We are so
because we feel
hard on
selfish
ourselves.
if we don't give everything to something.
Yeah.
I think it's just in our DNA. Most of our DNA.
I agree with that.
I think it is.
I wonder, are men, are they really hard on themselves? I bet they are. I bet men sometimes are, they're really hard on themselves as far as when they want to push themselves and do stuff. But I know for women, and I can only speak from a woman's perspective, I feel like we compare ourselves. Sometimes we say that we don't want to, that's the world. I don't want to compare myself to this person or that person. But I do think sometimes that we are extremely hard on ourselves. When I look back over my life, I feel like sometimes I'm 41 years old, and I thought that I was supposed to be somewhere else at 41.
When you say somewhere else, you mean making more, doing more,
girl, I'm
living more.
I'm supposed to be Oprah famous, okay? That's what you don't understand.
So that goes back to our conversation about success, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where you saw yourself when you were whatever versus to where you're at now.
Yeah.
But I just feel like, so do you still feel like you should have been Oprah famous? Like looking back on everything that you've done to get where you're at.
Yes.
You feel like you haven't done enough.
I haven't done enough. I feel like.
So where do you feel like you made your mistakes?
Girl, you got a minute?
We got almost 42 minutes.
I got married at 20, had a baby at 21.
So you think that deterred your route, your path, your
yes, hell yes. I'm gonna say it. Hell yeah. At 21 years, at 20, I shouldn't have been getting married. At 21, I shouldn't have been having a baby. I felt like I still didn't know me. And like I said, for my last thing, I was raising me while raising a baby. And where I could have just been focusing on me, I had to focus on somebody else. And let me tell you, because I know my baby is in this group and I love her and that's my rock and I ride for her. But I even tell her she will not make the same mistakes that I made. So that when she gets 40 years old, she doesn't look back over her life and be like, damn, I wasted all this time.
This is where I took the wrong path. Okay. So because there's something that's missing in there. Okay, so Janaya is 20 now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, she's so sweet.
Yes.
Okay. So at what point in those 20 years did you feel like there's no way for you to catch up? Because there had to have been a point to where, because your dream never left you, right?
Yes. It's not that it left me. I put it on the back burner.
But at what point did you feel like, okay, there's no way for me to make up for the time that I've lost? Have you ever tried to put yourself in situations to where
I'm playing catch up now. When I tell you I'm working my butt off, and then when I say, you know, when I say Oprah, the Oprah, whatever, I'm just being. What I'm saying is that
I get what you're
I
saying.
have always felt like I'm supposed to be this kind of person, and I'm pushing myself to be that kind of person.
So
And
you're overthinking it.
yeah,
stressing
I
yourself
overthink.
out.
Listen,
Because
that's
Carlos
probably my
said
biggest thing. I
overthinking
overthink.
is a huge stressor. I used to do that.
I overthink a lot of things.
Well, that's where a lot of people go wrong, overthinking things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But that compassion, I have little self compassion for myself. I'm always pushing myself, and then I found myself that I was pushing Janaya, and I had to take a step back because sometimes we as parents, we've been through so much, and we don't want our kids to make the same mistakes, so we push them like way too hard.
Okay, Sharita. Thank you, Sharita. Because I was gonna say it, I was just waiting for her to finish. Sharita said everyone will have their own path. I know people who didn't get married at 20 and didn't have a baby at 21, and they are still not where they wanted to be.
Yeah. I pray to God. I don't want to be that
But
person.
but the path that God has for you is that's for you.
Okay. I don't believe I do believe that, but I don't believe it. I believe that. Oh God, I believe.
Let's talk about it. Come on.
People love to put out. People love to say, well, this is the path that God gave me. No, some of these paths you chose.
But even if you chose to get married and you chose to have a baby, that doesn't mean he don't know the desires of your heart. And if you're working, doing what he's requesting of you, he's still going to make your dream a reality if you're faithful. So if you feel like you've been faithful and you've done the things that you're supposed to do,
mm-hmm.
You can't make me believe that he's not going to give you the desires of your heart.
Oh, so I believe that I'm going to get there. I just took a long route to get there.
Well, maybe that's the route you were supposed to take.
No.
You don't know that.
It wasn't.
Because it wouldn't have happened the way it did if it wasn't supposed to.
No, you can make decisions that were against God's will.
Yes.
He will protect you.
But guess what? His plan for you is still his plan for you. For I know the plans that I have for you, declared the Lord.
I hear you. And what I am saying is that I believe that you will get there, but I feel like
you don't feel like it's
prime example.
Okay,
listen, we done turned this into a whole Jesus thing. You listen, okay?
We're still spiritual is still a part of.
And spiritual as well. So I agree. So
thank you, Sharita.
Okay, hold on here.
Delayed but not denied.
I understand. We're gonna go to the.
Sometimes those decisions are a part of his plan. Carlos says some dreams get diluted as time goes by. Yes. We tend to lose focus on our dreams due to unexpected events. Your life story is full of what was supposed to happen, not what you wanted to happen. I'm just saying, we would not be sitting here now if she was this Oprah person she wanted to be 20 years ago.
Okay. What I'm telling you also is that the children of Israel, it was supposed to take them 14 days to get to the promised land. But because they made some bad decisions and they complained and murmured, it took them 40 years.
So what you're saying?
Man, 40 years. I'm the children of Israel. I just said, oh God, help me, Lord.
We're gonna let her have her moment, y'all. We're gonna let her have her moment.
Because so hopefully my promise
20 years from now. Because that's when it was supposed to happen.
Yes.
He knew all those things was going to happen in between that. You don't think he knew that? Man. This person is going to be sidetracked by this. This one going to do that. Mm-hmm. He knew all that. Delayed but not denied. Come on, Sharita. You better preach, girlfriend.
Exactly, Sharita. It took him 40 years. It was only supposed to take him 14 days.
Carlos
Okay, we're gonna emotional self-care. I think we good on that. Professional self-care involves sharing your strengths, gifts, having clear professional boundaries, understanding your purpose in your role. Examples include knowing your roles and responsibilities, request regular performance reviews with your manager, negotiate your needs, have clear professional boundaries, take your full you just said that. Take your full lunch break, upskill by attending training programs, keep a diary of your list of for your to-do list. Keep a diary for your to-do list.
Yes. And if you are an employer, make sure that you delegate. A lot of times, because I'm guilty of this, a lot of times, speaking professionally,
Mm-hmm.
we tend to think that we're the only person who can do it,
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Yeah.
And we don't want to give that control to somebody else, because if they fail, but what you hired them for,
Mm-hmm.
if you're going to still do the job, you going to pay them for you to do it? That's
Yeah.
not how that works. You're just adding more stress to you. And you can just take that time that you're doing that project that you delegated, that time you can go and spend with your family, or start something else, or delegate something to somebody else, or run your company versus running through your company.
That's pretty good.
Oh, you like that?
Yeah, running your company instead of running through your company.
Mm-hmm. Like a chicken with your head cut off.
I like that.
Mm.
You know what? That just reminded me. So on Sunday, one of those, or Friday or whatever, um, somebody, Keita was doing something, and I told her, "Oh, I can help. You know, basically, I can help do that. You don't have to. You don't have to do everything by yourself. That's why we are together, doing different things." And never mind. Let's go to something else.
What?
Don't worry about it.
I'm so confused.
I just thought about what I was about to say, and I just decided not to. Knowing your skills and responsibilities, request regular performance reviews with your manager, and negotiate your needs. I think, like, for some of us that are employees, we have full-time jobs. I think that that's probably one of our biggest things, is that some of us feel like we're not getting paid what we're worth, and we don't know how to negotiate our needs. For me, when I apply for a job,
Negotiation process.
I negotiate right then and there.
I was just talking to Sharita the other day about interviewing and
Mhm.
how we set Akil down when it was time for him to go out and try to get a job, and, you know, helping him write his resume.
Mhm.
And I was telling her I was doing mock interviews with him.
Mhm.
And I was telling him about what his worth is and
Mhm.
why he should be. Hey, what you started me out with? Well, how about this? Because I have this, you know,
Yes.
background or whatever. And it worked for him.
Mhm.
So we know it worked. It's
Mhm.
just, you have to make sure that you're marketing yourself properly.
Yes. And a lot of people don't have that confidence in themselves.
Right.
And so for me,
But practice, I mean, if I feel like if you practice enough on something, just like when we was in the military and we had to go to promotion boards, we had to do mock boards, and we had to study, and we had to we had to know things. But the more confident you were with the material, the easier it was to go
Mhm.
perform to the highest standards.
but yeah, especially young kids, they're like, well, I don't have an experience. I don't do this.
You
I
have
don't do that.
experience.
You have experience in a
You
lot
in
of
school,
stuff.
aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
You ain't doing nothing but going to class. That's all you doing.
Yeah.
Well, you go next time, you go dust off the teacher chalkboard. Find something to
They
do.
don't have chalkboards.
I know. I'm just, you know, get your teachers to write recommendation letters. Like, stuff like that is what we have to start teaching our children,
Mhm.
because they're getting recommendation letters from professors and principals and all these people who got PhDs and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
We need to do it too. That's all I'm saying. We need to do it too.
Take your full lunch break.
The full one.
full one. I think that's a big one for a lot of us who work full time. We probably work through our lunch breaks. And I feel like since I've been working from home during the pandemic, I work harder at home than if I was going into the office. Granted, I only went to the office twice a week, but I still feel like I work so much harder sitting here at this house. And so, yeah, I don't take lunch breaks.
Hmm.
How about some of y'all? What are some of your professional self cares? Do you
Well,
have you ever negotiated for your raise? Do you take your full lunch break?
and in taking that full lunch break, that's that much needed time that you have to kind of get your mind together,
Mhm.
refocus, rejuvenate, get yourself together. And you're eating, which a lot of people go
Yes.
a whole day without it.
Do you
And I'm guilty of that when I
Yes.
have cakes and stuff. Like,
Mhm.
did I eat today? It's after midnight. It's a whole nother day, and I still haven't had anything to eat, but I don't realize it because
You've been
I've been
busy.
busy. Because this was more important than me eating. And that hurt my stomach growl.
Said I heard my stomach growl.
Okay, know yourself and always continue to seek self improvement. Okay, Sergeant. Top. This was one of my favorite leadership principles from the Army.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Know yourself and seek self improvement. I'm seeking self improvement this year, and that was one of my New Year's resolution things that we went over.
You did say that. You really did. And you're sticking with it.
Oh yeah,
Hmm.
sure.
Number 5, social self care. Now, this was a big one. Involves having supportive group and network of relationships around you whom you trust and turn to when required. To have caring and supportive people around you build a sense of belonging and connectedness. Some examples of social self-care include becoming involved outside of work, plus Black Growth Ambassadors. Honor your commitments to other people. Ask for help when you need it. Meet new people. Go for a walk with family or friends. Don't spend time with people who don't make you feel
Negative.
good about
Negative
yourself.
people. Messy people.
So social self-care is about your folks, the people that you have in your group.
David said, always, he always takes his full lunch break when he can. He exercised to get the endorphins going. Do some doggone PT.
So when I take my lunch break, I need to get up and do some jumping jacks, something.
How long is your lunch break?
As long as I want it to be. Yes.
We know that's not true. It's not really as long as you want it to be.
I can take an hour, 30 minutes. I take 20 minutes. I take 10.
On with our people. Whenever I want it. However I
No, it's flexible. I don't take a long lunch because I want to get off.
Right.
I have set my lunches. They're supposed to be 30 minutes so that I can get off at 3:30.
Mm-hmm.
So I work from 7 to 3:30 so I can leave.
Okay.
So
Carlos said the Black Wealth Ambassadors.
that's right. Become involved in groups of communities outside of work. And let me tell you, my other group, the Wait Is Over, that's a really big, that one, and the Black Wealth Ambassadors group, I really love those groups. The Real Praying Mothers, a lot of groups, I get in groups that inspire me,
Mm-hmm.
keep me going. And I think
that's very important.
Yes. And the one thing that this also said about social self-care is about who you keep in your circle.
Yes.
To me, that is very, very important. And I think of us, we hold on to people that we should be letting
Toxic
go.
people.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And especially if I just think that it's very important to watch who you hang around with.
Yes, because that negative spirit get into you, and now you're negative. Mm-hmm. Negative Nancy. It has its effect. Why are you laughing?
Because you said negative Nancy.
Negative
Negative
Nancy.
Nancy. Did
Okay.
you know that you are like the five that the five people that surround you reflect who you are? And it's a true statement.
I can believe that. I mean, yeah.
They have impact on you, and they are a reflection of who you are.
Well,
Do
right
y'all
now, I
believe
don't
that?
have 5 people that I hang around on a regular basis. Oh, I mean, gee.
Yeah,
I guess
we
she
be
does.
like Gianna.
I guess she does reflect me a little bit.
She does. God knows she does. So, your friends, do you think that your friends are a reflection of who you are?
That's a good question, people. I really need y'all to answer.
The fact that you hang around the most, are they a reflection of who you are?
Think about it. Think about who it is you hang around the most.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I only hang around you, Carlos, and G. Like hang around like always. And then outside of that, it's Sharita and Damien. So y'all will make up my I don't hang around anybody else. Not while I'm here. Now while I'm home, then I have family. You cannot judge me for none of my family members. I love y'all.
Please don't do that. We're not gonna be controversial tonight, okay?
No, I'm just saying because you're saying reflections. No, because I don't want to be a reflection of them, and I don't want them to be a reflection of me. Because you know how we are as a people. Act just like your daddy.
Sharita said, "Oh, you good?" She sure is.
Okay, everybody else, y'all don't want to answer? If y'all direct reflections of the people that surround you?
The five people that you hang around, do you think that they are a reflection of who you are? I agree with that. I've always agreed with that.
That's the reason why they have those sayings: "Birds of a feather flock together."
Mm-hmm. And one of my
or
strongest,
who you surround yourself with,
and that's true. One of my strongest things is change your circle and you'll change your life. And I believe that 110%. When I decided that I wanted to be more or different, now I don't want to say more, wanted to be different or wanted to improve and go higher, I started surrounding myself with those type of people. Now the pandemic then hit, and I ain't been able to be in contact with any of them.
Okay, Dev, that post that I put in Wealth Ambassadors, I took it from Deb. She posted about leaving your town or city if you want to go higher in life or something
I believe
like that.
that.
And I've posted something like that before. And it's so true. You can't stay in that same environment and think that you're gonna flourish because you're not.
Yeah.
Now, you may do something, it's not gonna be your top potential.
Mm-hmm.
It'll never be your top potential. Sorry. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Can you read that? Because my eyes are crossed. Carlos said, okay, I wouldn't necessarily say they are a reflection of me, but definitely share some of the same interests. Okay. David says, if people will only realize the benefits of exercise, it affects everything: mental health, physical health, spiritual health. This is why I always say, do some doggone PT.
I agree with him.
Fly with the eagles or peck dirt with the chickens.
Yes, I believe
I
that too.
like that. What? I've never heard that before.
No, I did a whole series. Go to Marsha E. Dudley. There's a whole series on eagles.
Oh,
yes, and it talks about that.
I've just never heard the fly with the eagles or
this
peck dirt with the chickens.
I heard this saying or this little story. There was an eagle. There was an egg that fell out of an eagle's nest and fell into a chicken coop. And a hen sat on the egg. The egg hatched, and the eagle thought it was an eagle, but he thought it was a chicken. So it walked around pecking all the time. One day it looked up in the sky and saw an eagle And the eagle swooped down and said, "What are you doing down here with these chickens?" And he said, "Well, I'm a chicken." He said, "Oh, no, 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 no. You're an eagle. Look at you. You look like me.
Mhm.
Look," he said, "hold out your wings. Your wings, look, your wings are not like their wings. Their wings are not short like theirs.
They
Look
ain't
at your
flying
beak."
nowhere.
Yes. He said, "All you have to do is just run and just take flight and soar." And that little eagle did, and they left those chickens right there on the ground pecking.
Picking.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so one of the things that I've always enjoyed about trying to reduce or relieve stress,
Mhm.
spa days. Spa days are amazing. I mean, now, please don't get me wrong. If you have to go to the spa, get your good massage or whatever pampering you get, and you still have to come back to chaos, it's gonna just feel like it just all flies off your shoulder when you walk in your door. So you need to keep your house calm as well.
I can't get rid of G.
You can send her my way. You can send her my way.
My baby ain't going nowhere. Look here. I can't get it. I walk you to half. Never mind.
You should do regular doctor visits.
Dr. Biz? Okay, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Make sure your hormones right.
Make sure everything
Yeah.
is where
I
it's
did
supposed
that.
to be.
I did all of that.
And the last thing that I have on here, because I was taking notes today.
I know that's right.
Taking trips. Taking trips.
Yes.
I need to get away. Hey,
Yes.
hey. Yes. Taking trips. Okay, we got some stuff happening over here. Sharita says, I want to be around people who going the same way I'm going. I've learned that if you're running with someone going in the opposite direction, it will slow you down. It's like gravity pulling on you.
I agree.
David goes to the range and shoot weapons.
I know
He
do.
ride ATVs and boat. Now, you know what? That's some good, I guess, because it's adrenaline. It gives you an adrenaline rush.
I'm about to find out. Just go and unload.
It can be stressful. Ask you though. It can be stressful if you're scared. Nah, if you're scared,
I ain't scared. I'm gonna unload a whole round.
I ain't never scared. Hey, you know what I want to do? I want to go zip lining.
Yeah, you can do that by yourself.
No, I'm not. I'm going.
Yeah.
I want to zip line. I feel like I'm scared to do it.
You know what? I'll zip line if it's only 8 feet off the ground.
What? Well, ain't no need for you to do it if it's only. That's the kitty zip line. That's the one Gigi needs to do.
I want to get on that one.
Oh, she loves it now.
Ask your husband, is he gonna go zip lining with you?
No, he's not. I'm going with Drea.
You know what?
Oh, I don't know about skydiving now. That's too far. David.
Oh no,
Mr.
I would never.
No. Mr. Airborne.
By
we're
the
not
time
doing
I
that.
get there, I'll be pissy, poopy.
I told you that same thing.
I just look down. No. I freak out on roller coasters.
Oh, Sharita said zip lining is so much fun. I'll do it with you, Toya.
There you go.
David says the best adrenaline rush you'll ever have. I promise. Skydiving? Nah. I don't need that one.
Like I said, a pissy poopy mess.
I'll go in
all
on 90.
of that. All of that. I'm telling you, I know it. I'm going to.
I'm gonna say that for you. Skydiving just doesn't seem like something I would want to do. I mean, but zip I don't want to do. And then the past couple of years, I'm like, I should do that. I should do that. I should do that.
Oh, wait a minute, what?
Carlos suck my damn. You see how fast you just dismissed me.
Oh, okay. I get you. You want to go zip lining? You want to go zip lining?
Is that what he's talking about?
You want to go zip
Are you coming to South Carolina with me?
Because she's.
North Carolina with me?
You said he wouldn't want to do it, so he's telling you that.
No, she said something about Carlos, or you said something about Carlos going with me. Take Carlos with me or something, right?
Yeah, you said he wouldn't want to do it.
Well, he can't go with me because I'm going with the ladies. What? This isn't a guy's trip.
Well, he's saying that he would do zip lining.
He ain't doing no damn zip lining. When you gonna do it? Let's go.
You called him out.
Carlos ain't going no damn zip. First of all, you got to clap.
You gotta call.
I gotta do.
You have to call. You have to climb up like a ladder, like go. What do you say?
I ain't even gonna get on a seesaw. He might be right. He might be right because I'm scary. I'm so scary. Okay.
She ain't going.
Okay, well, let's talk about this travel thing. Doing getaways.
Yes, because that's still part of social self-care.
Because that's unplugging.
Mm-hmm.
Doing getaways. That's what you said we were going to talk about.
Yes. So, where's your dream trip? Like you could go anywhere.
If I could get to the Maldives in less than 24 hours.
The who?
Maldives.
Okay.
I would definitely go, but since I can't, I'm not. I'll never see that trip.
No, don't say never.
Oh, I'm not taking girl. It takes too long to get there. Nope. It's like going to Germany 3 times.
but hey, never say never. You might go.
The way my body's set up, I just don't see myself sitting down that long. I mean, unless I'm in on an Emirates flight with a pod, maybe. That's the only way I can see me taking that. And you know those are like $2,000-$3,000 seats.
Yeah.
So what that mean? I mean, unless you get your coins together and you pay for my trip.
Okay, I was gonna say Dubai. Who said Dubai?
Sharita.
That is what I was gonna say. Was Dubai? Flight is too long. No, I'm going to Dubai. I'm telling you, that's like.
Carla said we were supposed to go ziplining in Costa Rica. We talked about it. And that's why I said I've been talking about doing it for a while. It's just a matter of actually doing it.
I want to do it.
I mean, next year, maybe we'll make it to Costa Rica.
I'm going to cheer. You know, me, I'm a cheerleader too. I'm a cheer for everybody.
David said they going, oh, Kitty, y'all going to Dubai next year?
What?
Y'all ain't going to invite nobody? So we were talking about trying to do.
Let me look and see how much.
A
let me call
Black Wealth Ambassadors getaway, and if you got a business, you can write it off as a business expense, networking.
Yeah, I agree. So yeah, we're thinking about doing a Black Wealth Ambassadors group trip. So we need some ideas of where we should go.
Sharita said the couples can go to Costa Rica. We've been trying to get there, Sharita. COVID won't let us be great. After they lift some of these restrictions or they put something out, so you got the only way you can go is with a vaccine, then I'm ready to go.
I just want to go do that.
There are a lot of restrictions. Like there's no,
you're
not supposed to show any public display of affection, no singing, no dancing unless you in a club. No drinking.
Does that apply to everybody? Or just to those people over there?
When I looked it up, that's what it said. This is what you need to know before you go to Dubai. I mean, and I've known people who've been over there. So I guess it depends on what your personality is. And because when we first asked Akil what he wanted to do for his graduation, he said he wanted to go to Dubai. And we were like, cool. We looked it up and we was like, wait a minute, hold on about these restrictions here now. Because have you ever looked up like, okay, well, what are some things you need to know before you go, right? And that's what we looked up, and that's what we found. I don't know, David.
So you saying you can't show any skin?
What?
I mean,
I said,
not skin.
Well, hot as it is in the summer, you don't want to show no skin anyway. We better cover up. You know what I know?
You said no affection?
Public displays of affection. Carlos. Oh wait. Okay. David says I'm speaking it into existence. Oh.
Okay. I thought we were going. Let me tell you, I promise to God, I was finna.
I mean, we can still go. He already done spoken into existence, and we're talking about trying to go somewhere so we can write it off and have a good time. Carlos said, "I used to want to go to Dubai. but I ain't trying to go to jail. Too many restrictions on stuff I like to do. David says, I've been there. Depends on who you talk to, where you go. There's definitely drinking. I'm pretty sure it is. Well, my friend Tyrone said he was like, just get your stuff at the duty-free shop. You'll be all right. No laughing and clowning, and I might slip up and cuss.
Oh, you can't cuss?
You can't cuss in St. Martin either.
Oh, well, I don't cuss, but I might say hell to no. Hell no.
Sharita said, well, speak for us all.
Oh my God. You know what? I still want to go to Dubai. I'm going to throw it.
Kiel got me all excited about it, but then we were like, okay, well, one of our places we always wanted to go was Costa Rica, so that's when we was like, okay, well, let's just go to the place we always wanted to go, and maybe you can go on to Dubai on your own dime when you grown and flown. Mm-hmm.
Do you have a bucket list
of places to go? Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, Tahiti, Costa Rica, yeah. Those were all on there. I want to go to Australia too. Sydney.
All right, Mike. We can go. I'm just gonna put him in the dolly.
Yeah, I have a list of places in the U.S. and.
So I've never been to Italy or Europe and all those type of places. I want to go there.
Been to Italy?
I really want to go to those places.
Carlos had an opportunity to go to Italy. He didn't want to go. I was so disappointed. Because I wanted to go. See, he would have been in the military over there. I'd have just been a wife.
Indonesia.
I should have known it was David.
Okay, I want to know why Indonesia. You want to go and do some? Why Indonesia?
Every place I want to go, I want to experience the land. Like I want to see. No, not stay on the. I was about to say I want to see where they get their food. Like I want to see how they live. Like I want to see the people. Bali.
And Africa. I want to go to Africa. I want to go to Africa. Okay, so what are so Africa, we have Indonesia. What other places are on your, like, I hate to say bucket list, but on your list to, before I die, where I want to go?
Somebody said it's beautiful. I'm assuming it was David, but my phone hadn't caught up yet. So I don't know.
Indonesia is beautiful? I bet it is. I have seen some pictures of Indonesia, but for some reason, as soon as he said Indonesia, I went straight to the people. And I'm not gonna lie to you. And all I seen was huts. And I know it's not like that because everybody thinks that Africa is huts and naked babies with flies all over them. It's not like that. Africa, the pictures that I saw was very beautiful.
Well, it depends on what part of Africa you go to.
Well, I'm going to the place where it's beautiful.
I want to go to Egypt over there in Africa. That would be nice.
Mm-hmm. That would be nice. Egypt.
I think that's on my list too.
I'm gonna put Egypt on my. You know what? I did ask Victor about going to Egypt, but then I started thinking, I ain't trying to. Never mind. But yeah,
you ain't trying to what? I had a girl that I knew that was stationed over there, Paris, before I knew the royal family wasn't feeling us.
I'm still going.
I've been to Paris.
Like, wait a minute, how do you know the girl? You should have been knowing the royal family. Do they don't look they love at all. They look real white bread. So
I have a bottle of wine that I purchased when I was in Paris. I still have it. It's like a soccer ball.
It's a Prince Harry. I've always liked Harry.
Well, he's now in the US, so he was always a rebel. That's why you liked him.
I liked him because he was a rebel, definitely. So Paris, we have Bali, we have Indonesia, we have Dubai, we have Italy, Paris. Where else? Spain.
That's on my list.
How many of y'all want to go to Russia?
No, ma'am. No.
You said Prince Daddy.
He's really black.
Oh my God.
I am
She
not
gonna be
fooling
on.
with
She gonna be
y'all.
on Oprah's next thing, talking about. So, how do you know this?
Okay, so we have a lot of so if we started planning something for next year around like the end of summer next year,
Mhm.
somewhere, would y'all be interested in participating?
We're gonna do a Black Buck Ambassadors meet up trip,
Amsterdam.
Amsterdam.
Carlos
Okay,
want to get
yeah.
high.
We yeah. That's,
Sharita said, "Count me in."
and it's gonna be somewhere, yeah. Now let me tell you. Now I ain't gonna say that either. I see, I almost got myself in trouble before I got off of here. I promise you, I'm learning to catch myself. So yeah, we're gonna just offer it up, put it out there, and we're gonna see what happens with it.
Carlos said, "Yep, yep. Count you in too, Carlos."
Hmm.
I hope that's what you're saying because I need your card. So I need your card.
So we got to think of some places we want to go.
Well, we're gonna definitely write down these places that they've said, and
Mhm.
we're gonna check it out. Check it
And
out.
I think it's so important because the last time we had this, we talked about, we as a community, growing and seeing things outside of our four walls. Like they were just talking about getting out of small town. And I think that a lot of times that for our community, we do forget um, to travel, to see the world, that it's more than just, who said Iraq and Afghanistan.
Shut up, Carlos! Don't do that. Been there, done that. Well, not Afghanistan, but I don't want to go there either.
No.
He's so silly. Well, we can send you if you want to go. We'll come up with the coins to make sure you get there. I ain't going with you. You on your own on that one, partner.
Yeah.
David will go. Damien will probably go with you too.
No, Damien's gonna say
She talk about nobody in my Key Sweat voice.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
So I think just wrapping it up because we got like 3 minutes. I think that
See, told you David was gonna want to go.
yeah, self-care is so important that we need to learn how to focus on ourselves a little bit more, put ourselves first, and that we don't have to feel guilty about putting ourselves first,
Right.
and to get you a good group of people that you can rock with. And I think that me, Toya, and Carlos, we talked about this the other day, that when you get in your 40s, you just want to chill out. You ain't got time for all that extra stuff, all that drama and stuff. You want to find you a good group of people that you can hang out with, have some laughs with, um, just grow up and live a good life. And I think that that's so important. And that's probably my one of my biggest things right now. And I thank God I found some people. Yeah, I'm gonna say something.
I'm very thankful that I found people who like to travel, because I feel like I've been around people who want to travel.
That's why, yeah.
But they never really had the financial means of traveling.
Oh, you said that's so beautiful, because that's what I wanted to say, but that's not how I was gonna say it. I wasn't gonna say
this
it like
is the
that.
reason why we compliment each other.
Let me tell you, you should come and take one of my coaching sessions. It'll really get you.
Oh,
Yeah, I swear. But I'm probably it's so good because I tell the truth.
yeah. I mean, I don't feel like I sugarcoat things. I'm very aware of other people's feelings.
I'm aware of their feelings. If I have,
and that's a part of the problem of the whole no thing. And,
well,
and remember, because I said I don't like people to feel like I'm coming at them or doing something negative or anything personal toward them. So I try very hard to not say it like
no, sometimes I feel like I heard this beautiful thing. I feel like people go all the way around like this, and I just want to go like that.
Yeah.
And
There's nothing wrong with that though.
and I feel like at this point in my life, it's I get
But you
tired
have to be
of-
ready for whatever comes after you've done that straight shot versus going around. I don't feel like I just went around. If you're not financially in a place where you can travel, then that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. I'm not in a place financially where I can afford to take you on this vacation and do what I need to do and all that other stuff too. So I'm just happy that I'm with people who, oh, you want to go do this?
Let's go.
Let me see if I can get off. I prefer that part.
Oh, okay. I'm okay with all of that.
I'm so like that. Oh, let me see if I can get this and leave in here, girl.
Yeah. I'm
I
with
like
all of
that.
Yeah, I'm okay with all of that.
Because I mean, I understand.
But I ain't okay with.
Girl, can we pay on it?
No, hey, listen. You want to know something?
For a year?
You want to know something? If it's a big trip like going to Dubai,
Yeah,
I'm okay with that. But if
But
we're about to go to North Carolina,
right. That's what I'm talking about. And I was getting ready to say that. Like, if it's international trip, yeah. Look, man. I mean, I'm good. I ain't that damn good. You know?
I was about to listen.
Sharita is
I
laughing.
I think that, yeah. I'm just glad that I have that I have met people that are that feel the same way that I do. They want to travel. They want to live a really good
And don't get me
life.
wrong, because if somebody come and ask me if I want to do something, one of the first things, I mean, I would like to do that. How much it costs? You know, because we still price cautious.
Yeah.
Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, whoa now.
Listen, we planning a whole girls trip, and let me tell you, when I tell you Marsha was crunk because
Marsha.
a hotel is, yeah.
Don't. It's okay. We're crunk. We're gonna have a good time. Hey. Keita, come on this trip with us. David, can you let Keita come on this trip with us? It's a girls trip. It's in June.
Oh, yes. Keita. You know what?
You ain't doing nothing else. Let us know.
Yeah, we're going to do a girls trip. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to do a couple, and we're going to do a lot of stuff. But it's good to be with people that...
Man, I know anybody said that but David. He said, me and Carlos still having our Brazil trip coming. No. They've been planning this Brazil trip since 2005.
Oh.
I don't know how long it's been, but it's been a long time.
That's a
Keita
long
and I
time.
have been to Bahamas. We've been to Vegas. We've been quite a few different places.
And they still in the same. They ain't did their trip.
Girl, what? Sharita said, guys to Brazil, girls to Jamaica. Hey, rude bye. The only stress that I'm willing to deal comes in positive vibes only. Keep that negative BS away from me.
Yes.
I'm allergic to that ish. What? Who negative?
No, he's.
Are you talking about what I just said? That was kind of negative.
No. I think he's talking about. We was talking about friends and this point.
Yeah.
I really, like I said, it just feels really good to find people. I said that.
Get on my level.
And and you know what? You want to know something? I read something yesterday. Don't do that. Don't do that. I read something yesterday. This woman said, oh, I think I took a picture of it. It was so good. She said, we need to get out of calling everything. Hold on. I don't want to misquote her.
Please don't. Much got pictures on this thing.
She said, normalize Black women living in luxury and not calling them bougie for it. Meaning that we need to get rid of bougie because white people don't say bougie.
I feel like they've given it a bad rep. The word.
Bougie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I see it sometimes. I see it a lot of times. I always call you bougie, but it's all right. I mean it in love. Yeah, I completely mean it in love.
I take it in love.
Mhm.
You right, girl. And watch me go put on this tune robe. I'm gonna show you just how bougie I can be.
Yes. But I think that wanting to live better,
But it goes back to our people. Where our people, they're not used. I don't want to say what they're used to.
go ahead.
I don't want to say what they're used to because some people grew up with a silver spoon in their mouth. According to Carlos, anyway.
Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. You be talking crazy. I didn't have a silver spoon in my mouth.
Paul is a hidden secret.
It was a rusty iron.
Carlos said the only person he competing with is himself. I know that's right.
That's right.
You better tell him. Okay, we over an hour. So we found these suggestions, and we're gonna look into some things, and we're gonna come up with a BWA getaway, business getaway, business.
It's it's always business. All you gonna do is say, you know, I got a business, right? And that's a whole write-off. Check it.
And we're gonna talk about BWA stuff, so that's gonna.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about how to improve our community, and let me tell you,
how to improve our travel experiences.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So I don't know what we're talking about next week. Y'all throw us out some stuff that we should talk about next week.
We done been over an hour. They're gonna have to just put it on there, and we'll see it later, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
You know how we do.
Well, it has been wonderful tonight.
It's been amazing.
As always. Any last words?
Thanks for joining us.
Yes, thank you for joining us. And make sure you tune in next week to another
episode of
Let's Talk About It.
Good night, y'all.